folks, Moose here. Saw me taking a few things off the bike. I just had it off the other day actually. I was putting that cable through and I got to thinking, I had this mount I made last year. Today's the 2nd of January, by the way, 2022, and I made it to hold anything of the ram mount. I made it out of aluminum plate that I had because I wanted to see how it would work, one. Two, I wasn't sure if I was going to be strong enough. I thought it'd be worth it for a quick one. And what I found is this wiggles a little bit because it's only 10 gauge it's only 10 gauge aluminum. So my plan is to make this out of something much thicker. I'm going to start on it today. We'll see how far we get. I'm thinking about 3/16 to 1/4 inch stainless that I have. Toolbox over next door. And I think I'm going to make it wider so I can offset the ball a little bit. We'll see how that goes. So basically what my plan is, it's about 1/4 inch stainless steel. It is definitely good stainless. No magnetic properties. It's a magnet in the back of my knife. So we are going to see if we can cut this up. I took the piece out of the other bracket. It's thin aluminum. As you know, it won't fit this way, but what I want to do is I want to make it wider. So I'd like to actually have the ball over here. And this plate to bolt onto the bike. And what I'll do is I'll countersink these a little bit to make it possible to sink the screws down inside it. I think that'll work. We're pretty square on this side. We're not square at all on this side, so we're going to mark off what we need from this side of the thing, of the bracket. And we'll make it a little longer. We'll saw that off. I'll probably round the corners up, make it look fairly nice. Stainless looks really good too when you sand it down, DA it, or orbital sand it. It makes it look really nice. Similar to what aluminum looks like. It'll be a lot stronger, of course, because it's stainless. And I might not get it all done today, but I'll start on it. And I think that'll definitely make it. You can see how crooked it is over here. Quite a big difference there with the light. So we'll cut it from this side, and that'll make a better bracket, and hopefully make it possible to hook like the other one did into my phone holder, but it'll offset the other piece a little bit more because being right below the phone holder, it made it difficult to put things on it. GPS last time, I think what I'd like to do is make it really usable for a GoPro. So that's the plan. See how far we get today. Alright, so I'm using a hacksaw. I scored a good line in it, hopefully to start the disc to the grinder cutoff wheel. Got this for Christmas actually. It's a Ryobi angle grinder. I have a DeWalt angle grinder you plug in, but I'm going to give this one a shot. And what I did here is, if you come in here and look, I scored a line in it with the hacksaw. Got through a little ways, but of course this is stainless, so it's quite a hard metal. And it's not always the easiest thing to cut through in any instance. Alright, got that cut off. Let it cool down here a little bit. Pretty sure it's probably pretty hot being stainless steel and metal all alone. And we'll see about marking out the holes. So far the bracket's coming along. Getting ready to put the 2 holes in it that I'm going to tap. My plan is, and these are not the ones I'm going to be using because I ordered new ones and stuff, but I'm going to put 2 ram mount style ball, 1-inch balls on the plate, upper and lower, so I can have 2 different attachments if I want, 2 different areas. So I'm going to do 2 1/4-inch holes, 1/4 20s, which is going to take a number 7 drill or a 13/64 inch drill bit. This is stainless. This is the first one I made. I kind of screwed it up. This is stainless steel. It's 1/4 inch thick, so stainless with a lot of nickel in it. Stainless is a pretty hard steel. So what I'm using is a polished drill bit, which hopefully will drill through it easily enough. I'm obviously going to need some oil for that to keep the drill bit cool and to keep the chips flowing away from the center. And then we'll see if we can get it tapped, and that's probably all I'll get done for the day. I ended up taking a couple more weeks off of work for the hernia surgery, and I'm still in quite a bit of pain, so I do a little bit here and there. I'm trying to keep myself occupied, trying to strengthen up the stomach muscles underneath all this fat. So I'm doing some walking, and this is really light work, so it's nothing intense. But I gotta tell you, just after being on my feet for a couple hours a day back and forth, I'm still in quite a bit of pain, so I'm glad I took the extra time off to heal a little bit. And I'm thinking by doing little things like this, little exercises, a little walking, I'll start strengthening up my core more and make it possible to heal good so I can go back to work and not be in any kind of pain. So I'm not staying home because I'm just wanting to stay home. I'm staying home because the pain's still there, and I figure I need to do some core exercises real lightly because I'm still on a lifting restriction and activity restriction. So I'm doing everything lightly. The drill press don't take anything to do, and I just want to make sure I walk into it slowly. But the bracket's coming along. It's the old bracket from aluminum. I think I showed you that in a video. This one will be 1/4 inch. It'll be longer, and it should be wider, or will be wider. There's no shit about it. But it will support these better than aluminum plate was. Now this one right here is the stud I had on there, and it's also got an aluminum base. So what I did, and there'll probably be a few days before they get here, I ordered these in stainless steel 1-inch bearing balls with a 1/4 inch hole, a 1/4 inch 20 tapped hole in the bottom of them. And I'll get some spacers, and I'll make my own. Hopefully I have a stainless spacer or something. I'll have to go to Menards or Ace and find some spacers, or find some stainless steel pipe and cut it off. But that'll be basically making my own ram mounts. I'll go into that when I get those. And that way I can put 1/4 inch in there with no aluminum parts, and it should, I won't be able to weld it together, but it should give a really solid base. So I'm going to go ahead and drill these and tap them, I think. I'll at least get them drilled. If I don't get a chance to tap them, I'll tap them tomorrow, and we'll go from there. Thing is keeping the chips away from the drill bit, keeping the drill cool. If you go to tap it, you really got to be careful with stainless steel. It's very hard to tap, and you can break a tap off in it very easily, an actual tap. So take care when you're tapping stainless. It's very hard to get them out. I mean, you can break a tap in any kind of steel, but stainless is one of the harder ones that I've worked with personally so far. So what you're left with, 2 1/4 inch holes, two number 7 holes, 13/64. I got the 2 beveled holes in there for holding the screws for the bracket itself, and then we'll see if we can get those tapped. So, all right, so now we're going to go ahead and tap this. I'm going to try to do it with a drill. Hopefully I don't break it, but the drill does power through it a little better, and it does work out pretty well for the most part. And we'll probably call it a day. And we'll start going putting some of this video together. Alright, well, I guess we're going to do this by hand. Might be able to do the drill bit here in a minute. I think this tap's dull. We'll use the handle and tap instead of the drill. I'm having a little trouble tapping this. I'm having trouble getting the... That's the only problem with those hand tightening chucks, not the ones using the key. It's hard to get them to bite as well. You can't tighten down as far. Used to always tap this stuff at work when I worked over at Midbrook with a drill, but it's all right doing it by hand, no big deal. Take it in, work it back and forth. That's the whole thing. You want to give that thread a bite, you want it to break free. So you don't want to try to do it without backing it up and back and forth, because if you do, you're liable to break your tap off. I would recommend most people not even try using a drill. I've done a lot of them with drills. I'm surprised I had trouble with this one, but it is what it is. As you can see, we're tapping just fine doing it this way. So either way works. This is a little more, you can actually feel it biting and not biting, which is helpful. We'll back that out. And of course, watch your eyes. I'm wearing safety glasses, as you can see. And of course, safety glasses means I'm not wearing my glasses, so a little blurry. And that's what we wanted not to happen, by the way. Shit. Hopefully, because it's not very far in, you can tap it loose. Coming. Okay, well, hopefully I didn't screw it up too bad. Got it out. We can not have a repeat of that. I'm gonna try a little bit of PB Blaster instead. A little bit oilier maybe. Can't really afford to break another one. I'm just gonna take it slow, really slow. I got lucky that I got that out of there at all. A lot of times these are very hard to get out. Stainless steel is very hard, and this is 1/4 inch thick. It's usually why I always did it by drill, because it goes through faster and doesn't bind as bad. But I just couldn't get it tight enough in the drill. So we're almost through. Let's pull this back out so I can clean off the tap. And we're gonna put it back in there. Should be pretty close to being toward the edge end of it. I can see the tap, and I think we're just about a turn away or two from being where we need to be. Biggest thing is, you know, you break something. It's just, I mean, I'm not really good at this, but try to keep your patience. Try to find a way around it. Luckily, the tap wasn't too far in when it broke. it had been all the way in. It had been very hard to get this out because it had been threaded in there. It had been halfway through. But the only way I've ever gotten them out in the past with something this thick when that happens is either I got really lucky and I was able to break the tap out, which you need something really hard to hit it with. Taps are pretty brittle, they're pretty hard. I had one time years back when I worked at a steel shop that I actually had to use a plasma cutter. I had to blow the hole back out, weld a little bit, and retap it. But it worked. It just took a lot of time. What I'm going to do is I'm going to take this, I'm going to just hit it a little bit to deburr it. I'm going to run the tap through one more time on each of them. Of course, watch your fingers when you're doing this. This does have a sharp edge on it. Hopefully pass this through again. Probably should be in the vise, but we're just going to pass the tap through just a little bit, just to chase the threads out a little bit from doing that. Of course, we'll do a test fit of the one piece I have, but I'll have to wait for the rest to get here. I'm going to polish all this up really good too. Not until I get everything else settled though, so there's no reason to waste my time. And with stainless steel, just give you a little heads up. For me, I found a lot of times what you want to do is a little anti-seize on the bolt you're going to end up tightening in there, especially if it's something you're planning on taking in and out. The anti-seize will keep the threads from dulling, and what that does is when it happens, it's impossible to use the hole again. Usually the bolt gets stuck on the way out and you end up breaking it. This is an aluminum. And like I said, what I'm going to have is be regular, but the goal is there'll be one on each one. I'll thread 2 balls in there like that, and that'll give me 2 different mounts, one on the other side. This will go on a phone holder. Bolts are sunken up to give a good bite of thread on the other side, and then we'll be good to go with a new bracket. We'll finish this up later when we get all the parts here. But for right now, I'm going to go inside and rest because my stomach's starting to hurt a little bit where I got the surgery, and figure I might as well start cutting this video together. So, more to come. All right, folks, we are making headway. What I got is stainless steel 1-inch balls. All right, original ram mount ball. And what I'm going to do is I'm trying to decide between the spacers. I have these knurled ones here that they were thrown away one day at work, so I took them home. And I'm thinking I could force them like that between the bolt to make the stud, or I got brass, which might be another nice look. So I'm going to try both and see what ones I like better. What I did to counteract the fact that, you know, these are coated in rubber, the original ram mounts right here, these are coated in a rubber ball. It's aluminum, so the stainless is a lot heavier. It's a 1/4-inch thread. Now the rubber is very important when it comes to the aluminum piece that goes on it. It keeps it from turning. So I reverse engineered that. I did it differently. What I did is I want the stainless ball to be free. So what I did is I coated these in rubber, which is this rubber dip stuff, which apparently tipped over and drained out of the can. So that worked out really well. I'll be right back with you. Oh, sorry about that. I had to repair the rubber dip stuff. So yeah, like I was saying, I coated these in rubber, that rubber dip stuff, so it sticks to the stainless ball, it won't move. And I'm in the process now of building the mounts. I got the plate. I got a mess in here. I really got to clean up this garage. Got the plate all made. I haven't polished it yet. That's all done. Tapped. Right now I am presently drilling out one of the stainless steel balls. I've got it drilled out to take a bolt. I gotta see if I can find a 6mm bolt. I got one right here, but I want to find one like the mount takes, like this, because I want to do, because that's going to attach into the same place I had it on the bike before, right here. It's a 6mm hole that goes to these foot pegs. So basically I'm trying to avoid changing the tap on that. I don't want to change it to a 1/4 inch. I want to keep it 6mm. I'm hoping for this kind of bolt because it has a deeper socket for the ratchet, for the Allen wrench, so we're going for that. Piecing this video together as I go. I'm sorry it's not great, it's not exciting, but this is the process I'm going through. The garage is a mess. I'm still healing from surgery, so I'm taking a little bit each day here and there that I can. I get tired, worn out, but I gotta go back to work next week on the 17th. Day's the 9th, so I need to start doing stuff to get myself, so I'm healing a little bit. I've started eating better the last few days, got to lose some weight. That's nothing to do with this, so we're going to continue on with this. I'm going to countersink this ball, hopefully find a bolt to fit it, put it on the bike, and figure out what spacers we're going to use. So here we go. Not the bolt I'm using, but boom. A little below the surface so it doesn't get in the way of anything. It looks really nice. What I'm going to do is I'm going to grab a counter bore and I'm going to counter bore these, and we should be all set. Just got to go down tomorrow and buy a 6mm bolt like this. Can't use this one because it belongs to the mount for the, sorry, this one belongs to the mount that holds the phone that I'm building the other part for. I think I'd have some, but I just don't. I bought a lot of those ram mounts. The problem the ones I got are flats like this. No good. So hopefully they carry stainless. If not, I'll order one. I'll order some stainless bolts for it. And I just got to decide if I'm gonna probably try and decide between this. The copper, and I'm not sure yet. I'm kind of leaning toward the brass. I'm kind of leaning toward the brass. I think that'd be a pretty nice look. So we will figure it out, though. We will figure it out. All right. Well, this mount's working so far. Nothing's tight yet, but it's made. I'll take a do a little video on my cell phone so you guys can see what I'm talking about. Here's what we got. I made a mount for the GoPro out of stainless. And there's the one down there. I dipped those in rubber so they'd hold the camera up. Looks good. That was weird. Hello, my name's Jason. How are you doing today? Hello. Hi. You're going to watch me build something really exciting and fun. I'm going to use a screwdriver to connect the camera to the base. Okay. Anyways. Alright, so, making headway. I think I got everything made more or less. I got to polish some things up and start building it. But I just got done counter boring this one. I got clamped in wood because I found out I was dinging up the stainless steel ball by trying to clamp it with tape on it. Now this is working pretty good. I mean, I got it forced into a couple pieces of plywood. Holds it. I counter bored it, and should be all ready to accept these little knurled fittings I have. Ooh, focus. And should work out pretty good. You'll be seeing it here in a minute when I hopefully get it built. Okay. Thanks for watching. There'll be more. There'll be more. Well done. Alright. Coming along. Polishing it up now. Just got done cooling it off. You can see the smoke. Damn thing's warm. Nice and shiny. Got a little more work to do on it, but it's coming along really nice. And I did a little work on the back, but you won't see much of it, so I didn't do too much there. But I'll do probably a little more here in a little bit. Don't you love camera problems? Every time I go to film something on this thing, the battery's dead. Welcome to my messy garage, the place where the magic happens. Alright, we are in the midst of polishing. Ooh. I'm nuts. I got issues. You know it. Alright, let's put her back together. Feels pretty good. I think that'll work. Turn them down one at a time. All right, there we go. New mount's made, top and bottom. Everything's made out of stainless. I believe these are stainless. Also changed them out back here for the spacers. Acorn nuts in the back. Acorn nuts right there. Stainless. Stainless steel balls here. Stainless. Stainless plate. And a stainless ball mount down here, counterboard to accept a 6mm bolt to thread into the 6mm hole that was left over from the adjustment of this highway peg. I think it looks pretty good. Let's try it out. Alright, GPS, and this is in just to show what I can hook up to it. GPS, GoPro, got the phone, there's the mounts, and I already got one down there. I'll throw some pictures into that with the camera on it, but very happy with it. I think it'll work good. Can't wait to try it out this spring. See how we do. Pretty awesome.